believe. I believe. I think it's working now. If this is the first video that messes up, like where I'm visually seeing it and I don't have an explanation for it, so be it. But I think it's working now. It wasn't working previously. But we didn't waste much time. That was like a second ago. I'm not playing around with this. This is quick, fast, get it out. Because the real fun is going to be... I have to do math again. I can't wait till it gets right here so I can just say in 31 days and I can just count down. But let's add this many days to the 31. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 31 plus 9. I'm not buying time. I'm only wasting it. It's 40. I did that math easily. This is how we do math. Actually, I don't think there's a problem wrong with the way we do math. This is what I think I might be. I'm gonna show a TikTok right now. I think I have a problem with the way... No, you look. The problems that I have are gonna be revealed, so I'm not even gonna label them right now because I might be saying the wrong problem I don't even have. But we're gonna get to the bottom. We can find out the right problems we have. But this TikTok I seen, it didn't stroke my ego, but it like did something to it. All right, where's it at? Oh, can you scroll? Okay, I think it was today. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson. And usually I'd be like, Neil. I'd be getting mad at Neil. But all the shorts I ever watch aren't a waste of time. I feel like we're getting close. Like, all my shorts are appealing. Like, I should just repost them. I wouldn't even feel like I'm stealing. Let me get back to rhyming. I think my videos where I rhyme the most are more funny. Fuck.
Did you know you can use your phone or
Is it not
tablet?
on this YouTube? Wonder where I was seeing it though. Pretty sure I saw it today. Where did I see it? Whatever, man. Whatever, dude. I don't even care how I spelled it before. We're here now. That's not it. There it is.
When I went to college, there was someone who had very high IQ, lived in my dorm. His IQ was so high that it couldn't be measured by normal tests, so they had to create a special test for him. Wow. And then he was a consultant to people who write IQ tests for how to test people at very high IQ. So what he was wondering was whether IQ correlated with your performance in school only to a certain point. Then a higher IQ would get you lower grades. And so I asked, what's going on there? He said, oh, because beyond a certain IQ, you are smarter than anyone asking the question. And so you will see answers that they do not yet see. And then you'll be marked wrong. When I went to college, there was someone who...
So that's me basically is what I'm trying to say. Despite the fall in my spelling you saw earlier and the multiple you'll see in the future. I don't really think that's a correlation. I just think it's just more disgusting. It's just more disgusting that I would let a problem persist like that, considering the fact that I deem myself to have a modicum of intelligence above the norm. This is bad. But I don't care because I don't think I'm the only one. Like, a lot of issues. I think there's hella smart people out here that are illiterate as fuck. I think that's the case. I don't think you can really count. I always hated that. It almost made me like lean into it more. I always hated that was correlated to that. Like, intelligence was correlated to like being able to operate like basic functions and like academic pursuits. Because it's like you have to be taught something. So you could just be smart and not taught shit. But I think everybody's instincts is like, well, then if you're smart, you can teach yourself or something, or you would catch on easier. And I don't really think that's the case. I actually think I'm really smart, and it takes longer to teach me. I know it takes longer to teach me. It takes so long, you get frustrated. That's how long it takes. And I'll be outsmarting you while you're teaching me. You be like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. You really, and I'll be trying not to, and then I'll be like, damn, he's saying fuck me. I'm just in, and now we're just on a whole nother topic. That's been my life, basically. Sad. But I don't care. I don't care talking about it because I know I'm not the only one. With a lot of things, I actually know I'm not the only one. I hope I don't come off like I think I'm the only one. I don't use that excuse not to progress, but I use it as an excuse to talk about it, though. I think even in those days, I would talk about it. I know I keep acting like I'm like, oh, I'm saying too much. I think that's mostly my personality to be like forthcoming like that. I think I actually would get cancer if I wasn't like that, because it's so much a part of me. And to the amount that I have suppressed it, I've gotten cancer. So I'm trying to stop. I don't have cancer, but I'm trying to stop like suppressing those sort of attributes that just come with me, because it's like, yeah, you can tailor things to be more respectful in society, but like society's already set up to like handle that. I don't know what I'm talking about now. But anyway, I almost feel like I have to improve my intelligence now. No, I'm gonna feel the more better that like, cause like I think first initial reaction to me, just like me talking to you, and I don't know if this is like only back in the day or not, but you were like, oh, he's intelligent, and I would be like, please stop. I mean, I know this is how I conveyed myself, but please stop. But no, he's intelligent. Hey, come up to the front. I'm like, whoa, okay, all right. So, yeah. So if anybody ever like acted dumb on purpose just to avoid any of that, I understand completely, and I actually feel like I've witnessed it. I'm like, he's intelligent too. I mean, of course, like, that guy over there is intelligent. They'd be like, who, him? He'd be looking stupid as hell. I'd be like, he's fucking lying. Like, I was like, that shit really was happening. That made life so interesting. He's like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm like, but you're way smarter than me. I've met motherfuckers smarter than me. I think I'm smart. So, yeah, intelligence, I don't really think we know what that is, to be honest with you. I don't really think we know what that is. I really don't think we know what that is. I don't think I know what that is. It can absolutely be a curse, though. That's a fact. So I hope that I'm not it, but like I have to be something eventually. 'Cause what the fuck? Anyway, enough about me. Let's go on this trip. Um, and I would like to edit this so much, but I'm just too lazy. And that's I feel like if I edited this though, it'd be the death of this channel. I'd be like, look guys, I didn't mean to come off that smart, but I just took a lot of shit out. Trump's like, sign this. I'm like, guys, listen. You need to calm the fuck down. I'm just looking at somebody in the corner. I'm like, that guy is way smarter than me. I don't even know what I've did yet. This is my favorite part about if I'm smart. This is my favorite. Doing some shit and everybody like, and I don't know if this is just a side effect of being black in America at the time period I was, but just doing some shit and everyone's like, wow, how'd you think of that? And I'm just like, we watched the video actually yesterday. Y'all, if y'all watched that, y'all already know what I'm on. The video yesterday explained it. It showed the guy looking. It showed two people and they was looking at some shit. And so one guy saw some stairs and another guy saw a brick ass wall stopping him. That's all it is. I'm just seeing shit basically. So it doesn't even help the whole crazy part that I think I am. Yeah, I'm seeing shit. I see stuff. But I don't, it's exactly what the person said. It's the brick wall. And actually, I'm more in the mindset now, I see the brick wall now, just because I've suppressed so much shit. So I really just see the brick wall like everybody else. I'm low-key just like faking it right now until I can get that power back. I feel God is ripped from me from neglecting it. And I feel like that's most of the world right now, so this is great. So this is actually great. So yeah. That's just my perspective of it. Of my side of the curse. And it's been pretty interesting and fun actually. What happened today that I could give example? So much. Neil, I was about to go on another tangent and I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Like I was about to pull up a video and everything. But I just started this so fast that alright, look. What the fuck was I about to do? Let's just go to our history. This is gonna sum it up. This is what I say all my shorts for. I literally just watched a short so I can remember what I was thinking about at the time I seen the short thumbnail. Like it's gonna be a whole nother type of thinking Gen Z do. I hit my vape to put bookmark timestamps inside of each moment of my day. That's a whole nother episode. We had crawfish, that's why that's there. It was amazing. Well, it wasn't. It was fine. I could tell that it wasn't fresh though. I've had shrimp before, so imagine a juicier shrimp, I guess. Oh, this is our meal. We didn't end up editing it into the video. We just ended up posting it. See if I can record my food on my phone and then edit it into this part of the video because it's recording now. So we got lamb. That was one piece, but it broke into two. Underneath are those are eggs. Are eggs and that liquid that you see that probably looks disgusting. It looks fine. That's oil Now, when I was putting the lamb oil on the eggs, but it was really nice. And now I guess it's seeped through the eggs now, and it didn't collect inside the eggs. And I also mixed the lamb oil in the mayo.
Yeah, because they had seed oils, and I was like, well,
And then I have this Mexican cheese. And then I have this piece of Spam, because I really like Spam. And then I have these
banana
pepperoncinis, because it's a fun sensation. And
the dog in the background.
Yeah, and then I just got more eggs.
There's more eggs in the bottom.
More eggs under.
And that's just meal.
I feel like this is a good meal.
So basically, let me explain this meal. Let me break down this meal, since I forgot the fuck I was talking about earlier. That mayonnaise is mixed with that lamb oil. That's a separate amount of lamb oil that was poured on top of the eggs. That lamb oil, because I had so much of it, it was slowly mixed into the mayonnaise, so it wouldn't coagulate and separate, and it gave it a different texture, more of a. It still had a mayonnaise texture in the mouth, but visually it had a bubbly ganache texture. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, it had more of a a dessert type whipped creamy visual texture, more on the runny side, but still light and fluffy. Pretty good texture. I mean, the texture was amazing, but let me tell you why I did all this. Is because the mayonnaise was just regular smegular mayonnaise, rancid, right? We could say that because it has seed oils in it and canola oils. It was just regular. I didn't try to get I didn't get the avocado oil one because I don't like the way avocados taste. I hate avocados. They make me gag. So do fucking bananas. And that's probably because I have a huge deficiency in both of the chemicals that are inside of those fucking vegetables or fruits. They probably are both fruits, huh? It's probably some quirky you find out. It's like, oh, avocado's a fruit too. So let's just throw them both in that category. They're both very similar, in my opinion, as far as they make me want to gag. So I probably could only eat it as the mayonnaise version, the avocado mayonnaise version that's sold everywhere. I probably could only eat it that way, right? Because that's the only way it's palatable. Because I love mayonnaise. So, but instead of using it as a Trojan horse, I'm just like, no, I don't want to force myself to eat shit that makes me gag. There's a reason why it's making me feel that way. So anyway, we stopped. We just get regular mayonnaise. What I want to do is make my own goddamn mayonnaise, because I wouldn't use avocado oil. I would use like bacon fat, or like coconut oil, or like any other type of oil that I like already. So, but not vegetable oil or soybean oil. I don't know why. But if beautiful, healthy looking people say it's bad, I'm sorry. And if they can't trace it back to my grandparents, I'm sorry. It has to go. And I know you could probably say it for a lot of beautiful things that we use today that are perfectly fine. But they're perfectly fine. You can't prove to me that this is perfectly fine. If you could prove to me it's perfectly fine, there wouldn't be a problem. But overall, I feel like the person that I'm arguing with about this, I feel like I'm also arguing for my life. It's kind of scary, actually. I'm just saying I don't want soybean oil. I'm sorry, I just don't want it. You don't have to throw out the whole baby with the bathwater and get rid of the entire company. I'm just saying, maybe make an option. Yeah, it's gonna be more expensive. But so is me having to make my own. So until you fix that problem, that's what we're gonna do. And I mean more expensive timely, but I'll figure out how to shorten that up. Where do you get them? I saw them. I know how to make mayonnaise, and I've known for a while now. I've known for a while now. And I remember telling my mom when I was little, if I can ever find out how to make mayonnaise, it's over with. And that's before I knew all this shit. I didn't even know it was bad for you. I just kept hearing it, but I wasn't listening because I was 300 pounds or more. So, as far as I was concerned, mayonnaise was coming to the future with me. And the last piece of that story was me figuring out how to make it. And now that I know how to make it, the whole entire America collapsed. We could have to start from square one. But I'll tell you one goddamn thing. I'm gonna have some goddamn mayonnaise with my food. And I will share. But I don't know if I'm gonna share the secret. It depends how bad it is. If it's like killer bad, I'm like, listen, I ain't telling nobody. I'm like, listen, man, I know how to make, and yeah, there'll be books still and shit. You can go look for it, but you're not gonna be looking for it. You can be looking for food. You can be looking for weapons. But I'm gonna know how to make mayonnaise. I'm like, you can't kill me. I'm the last man on earth that knows how to make mayonnaise. His partner's like, chill, bro, chill. It's like, prove it. And I ain't gonna make it in front of you. That's my whole thing. I'm gonna hold over him. I'm like, I'm not making it in front of you. I make it in front of you, then you kill me, and then you got the recipe forever. It's gonna be a whole movie. Anyway, let's start writing that. But who would I have in the lead cast? If it wasn't myself, because I don't know why I wouldn't cast myself. I'm young, I'm healthy. But if I was gonna cast somebody else, who would I have? No, I just want to cast myself. I'm sorry. Really wasn't writing that for anybody except myself, to be honest with you. It's kind of personal to me. I can't even think of anybody right now. The guy that wears the red bandana, for sure. On the best ever food review, yeah, that guy. He's the only other person I can think of right now. Anyway, I'm burning down the house, so I'll be right back.
All right, guys, I'm back. I'm so lazy. I was thinking when I was walking up the stairs, I was like, "Oh my god, it's so scary walking up the stairs because like most of my roommates already packed all their stuff, and it's dark, and we used to have LEDs everywhere, and it used to be really bright when I went upstairs, but now it's really dark, and they have some light stage stuff. So when I go up the stairs, it looks like there's a person standing at the top of the stairs, and it's really dark. But so every time I kind of get a little weird, I kind of feel a little weird every time I have to go up this. But anyway, look, I was gonna take a video of it and be like, "Oh my god, let me show you guys how scary it looks when I'm walking up and everything." And I was thinking, what if I just record the video of me like walking up and everything, record the video, and then I post it on short, and then I play the short while I'm still streaming on here with you guys, because that's how lazy I am. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now I just gotta get on YouTube, and I gotta upload it as a short, and then I'm trying to do more in these videos because it feels like I'm not doing shit for you guys. So I gotta at least burn some calories or something. I went up the stairs like 3 or 4 times. It's upload, don't worry, and then we'll just watch it, and that's how I'll edit. That's how I'll edit in the future. I don't even know if this is gonna have a title. If it doesn't ask me for a title, I'm just gonna speed to the posting location part, so you guys can see. All right, because I made you guys wait. I'm making steak right now with eggs, and yeah. Okay. Do I want to make this 18 or over? Okay, let's just post it. Alright. She kind of bad. Y'all never know because you can't see my phone. Alright, you'll never know who I just objectified. Right in front of your faces. See, I'm human. Alright, where's the fucking short at? We might get early access, so we could probably watch it right now, actually. It's still fucking processing. And I'll just make this a public video just because more views. Our channel's just gonna spread out. Is there a shortage of film? I got a fucking Dropbox account. I got plenty of storage. Back in the day, there used to be film. Those days are over. Let's watch this. Oh my god. It looks brighter on the phone. Kind of pisses me off, actually. But it is kind of scary. You can tell. Like, I'll show you from the bottom of the stairs. gets darker though. And then actually if the restroom light's off, it looks way darker, and that looks like a person, but it's just a light. And it's just really dark. But iPhone does a really good job of like cutting out that darkness, so I guess I'm thankful, but it's still pretty scary. Like now it's even more scary. Let me guess up.
Wait, what happened? Wait, the video's not that long. I showed you when I turned off the lights. I went down the stairs again. It tried to make me seem like I was lazy.
Like
Fuck
now
that.
it's even more scary. Let me guess up downstairs. This is how it looks when I come back from work.
That's scary.
Yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you going.
That's scary.
That'll get you going. Then you gotta walk out and you're like, what the fuck's over there? And then my light wouldn't be on because I wouldn't be there. And then Batea's light would just be
The guy
like,
in the other
ominous
video.
like that. So
Alright, boom. I don't know why I did that one thing, but whatever. So, is it not posted already? I thought we just posted it. What's going on? Oh, it's not for kids, obviously. And let's continue to post it. Nothing I post is for kids. You guys already got enough. What's going on? Do I even need to post this if I already just shown it? Alright, look, I'll put this in an archive or something. You guys want me to post it, I'll post it. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck's going on. Whatever, dude. I don't care who sees the fucking video. At this point, as long as I can log in and see it. What's going on? Oh, was it already posted and I just changed something? And that's why? If it's not for kids, how the fuck can I... Whatever. So, this is not for kids and this is not for kids. None of these videos are for kids. It's all 18 plus. Everybody keep asking me why. Because you don't have my type of problems. No, I'm just playing. You don't have my type of problems past the age. You don't start having my problems until 18. You're not smart enough to have my problems younger. No, I'm just playing. But no, that's the way I'm setting it up, man. Because I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to say, man. Kids suck up everything. So, we're just not doing it. There's enough adults online showing them crazy stuff. I don't have to join the group. Alright. We're going to be very... I'd be damned if I did everything right and then I got to the pearly heaven gates and the Lord was saying, you didn't restrict your videos. But they were really nice. I enjoyed them. I'd be like, what the... And he's like, also that. For cussing in front of heaven like that. And I'm like, I don't even care no more. I start throwing a fit. I don't even care no more. And he says, also that. That's also why. And he's like, you know, it's stupid anyway. He'd be like, and everything you saying, you making it worse. I'm like, how make it worse? And there's another guy trying to get in. He's like, is everything all right? My blackness is coming out for the first time right there in front of heaven. I'm black. I can say this. It's a joke. I mean, you take it however you want. I had to go to school with them, so if you didn't have that experience, then I'm sorry. And I'm not even saying that that kid wasn't me at one point, but I am black, so let me make the jokes. And I'm really just saying this for black people, honestly. What else? if you're that offended and you're black about that joke, I'll push the rule that nobody's following to not make jokes about black people if you're not black. I'll push that. Me pushing that. I'll be like, don't joke if you. Anyway, let's go back to our history and see what the fuck we need to knock out. I feel like this is long enough, and like I said, I got the steak with the eggs cooking. It's 38 minutes. These videos just keep getting smaller and smaller. I have CapCut here because I will start editing one day. I keep saying, oh, this will be the video I edit. This will be the video I edit. Even though I spelled Neil wrong, I'm still not going to edit this. I'm just going to leave Neil up there so you can remember how to spell it. I had all the letters right. Sometimes I just have all the letters and they just don't be in the right order. That'd be making me feel a little smarter. Like I'll have Neil like this. It probably wouldn't be that bad because I'd be like, there's an error right here. Like there's something that looks off. So actually, let me make it how I would actually probably have it. But I kind of know that the I ain't really supposed to be on the end. Like, I kind of had that drilled into me, so I probably wouldn't even do that. Neil might look like this on a regular day if I'm not being watched. It also matters if I'm being watched. But I probably spelled it wrong there, too. Let's see. Because the ADHD doesn't hold memory of words, apparently. Or whatever I have. Yeah, we spelled it right. Like, I could just be looking at it and just saw it that long ago. And then do this again. But I also find the videos where people spell them wrong, and sometimes they're better than the videos that the people spell them right. Because we've obviously discovered that the illiterate people are just as smart, right? I don't know. I like beating myself up and giving me all these titles. But I'm just calling it like I see it, guys. There's no hiding from this camera that I turned on. But there's no hiding from the camera that sees me when I walk outside the house. And the reason why I'm just like, I mean, I'm not, like, my life's so vast, I don't feel like I'm even shared, like, 2% of it. Like, strangers probably could have told you everything I didn't told you so far. So, I don't have a mission to share 100% of it. Because it's too much work. But I do have effort to show what happens next. That's kind of what we're doing. So from that, you'll just gather. The only reason I'm just sharing so much now is because I'm bored as fuck laying in a bed. When I'm sharing what's next, it's going to be these days. And you know what I hate? I'm not throwing away these days of my life, though. Until the big event. I'm enjoying them. I'm still learning, I'm still doing stuff, but it's just a little more of the same, you know, what I'm already used to. So let me enjoy that, but the next half is really going to be exhilarating. We might not make it all these days. Look at all these days. We might not live that long, but we will live that long. You know what I mean? And that's what we might not live past this, but we will live every day up until that last one. Where it is right there. We will live. I see some people on YouTube nonchalantly living. And I don't know if they lying or not, but they be nonchalantly like living. Like nonchalantly. They're like, oh, and then we met this one guy, and then we met this one guy, and then he took us here, and then we went on this thing. And I'm not saying being that adventurous, but I'm just like, they're so nonchalant. And I guess when you're just living, you don't really. It's not really like, every now and then they'll be like, "Wow, man, wow." But they're usually standing on some mountain holding some special crystal that only exists in that one location. Like, they're that deep into the story, where it's like, damn. So the whole hitchhiking and all the crazy shit they did before that don't even register until they get the whole God's crystal. It'd be God's. He'd be like, "Yeah, this is God's crystal. There's only one in the world. This crystal was found in 1980." You know what I mean? He's like, "Wow." Because when you hold it up to this mountain where it was found, it glows. That's when they get excited. But then everything else is just a drop off, and then the next day happens, and it just starts all over. So that's what we're gonna do. Just some living. Just some living. Wow. One thing I do want to do, and I want to do this within. I just need, like, there's certain thing I need to do for my soul. And I imagine we're gonna be saving a lot of money and making a lot of money. So, I gotta go to the Czech Observatory, and let me just already have this on my phone, so you don't even have to see my spelling. A Tory. That's how you spell it. Okay. Alright, but I don't have no video of nobody driving up there. Did I? Oh, is it Ket? Ket? It's Ket Peak. I don't know, man. I'm not a fucking scientist. I see it though. That's all that matters. That's all I'm trying to do. It's the Keck Peak Observatory. We found it. It don't matter. We fucking found it. It's in Arizona. No, it's not the one I'm talking about. Then the one that Joe Rogan talked about. That was in Hawaii. I mean, we'll go to this one since it's in Arizona, but I really don't. It's not really what I was thinking about, but whatever, dude. I don't know, man. Everybody's fucking judging me and shit. This is unfucking comfortable. This is so unfucking comfortable. Alright, whatever, man. Where is it at? Where's the Hawaii one at? What the fuck? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let's find the fucking observatory, okay? Let's not fucking settle for the Arizona one. I'm sorry. We'll go there later, but let's fucking find where the fucking observatory is. Alright, let's see if we can do something, alright? At least find the fucking. It is called the fucking Keck Observatory. If I was just rich, I would just keep saying this all mad and shit. And then, but okay, we'll take you. And then if I went to the wrong one, I would just fire the people until they could understand my telepathy. I can't even fucking do it. I can't even fucking. I don't get this stress. I'm just trying to be funny. I just do one breath usually that calms me down. The entropy of my life just starts spinning around me, and I just take that one breath, and it's like, We could just notice everything is wrong with us and have a heart attack and explode, or we could just calm the fuck down. So if I'm good at anything, it's at calming the fuck down. Cause we have some shit to freak out about. But we have so much, you really couldn't freak out about it. Cause you'd be like, why don't you freak out about it sooner? So it's really, you just look stupid if you freaked out about it, cause it's kind of been happening already. So most of my freaking out was when I was young. I was like, are we gonna stay like this? And then my younger self said, yes. And then he said, all right, let's freak out now. I done had years of just headaches and migraines. And I feel like they were all necessary to get me to this point. Just years of migraines, just freaking out in silence. It's like, this is a bad year. Let's still be nice to people and see if we can develop some type of traits. How are you doing? I'm in severe pain right now. We don't say that part. They're like, oh, you're so nice. You're kind. Thank you so much. Oh, how'd you think of that? How'd you see that side of that solution? We see stuff. Just imagine that with a little more enthusiasm. We can see stuff. Anyone can see stuff when they unlock a different point of view. I'm in severe pain right now. Oh, okay, well, this is so nice to meet you. Take out all the negative stuff and put enthusiasm in, and that's what we're selling. It's just a model. It's just a small amount of effort, and just, all right, the day's over. What did you do? Nothing. You could have did worse. Alright, you deserve to eat then. Alright, go to bed. And I imagine that's why I'm gonna be good with kids. Cause I'm like, you guys are not gonna be able to disappoint me as much as I disappointed myself. What did you do? Oh fuck. I don't wanna set that as a standard though. I'm gonna act like I have like high standards and shit. I'm like, oh, you fell short? Well, at least you landed here. I'm gonna put the standards so high though. If I'm gonna be that lackadaisical and chill, I'm gonna put them so high. Oh, you're almost perfect. Well, that's fine. Are you sure? Yeah. Just never let them get a really good gauge on it. Make them memorize Bible scriptures. I was listening to a guy that on Jordan where his dad made him do that. And like he was so thankful afterwards, even though he hated it in the moment. And then when he went back to the Bible as an adult, it was so much easier for him to like kind of have fun in the process of doing that. And I imagine it would be a bonding with his father as well. So we're just going to do that. That's the only thing we're really going to just enforce. I like that you can just pull up these riddles that give you solutions for your life. Wherever you may go. I already know you can't force human beings to do shit. They don't listen. Basically, I've had a bunch of loving people around me my entire life forcing me not to be what the fuck I am right now. And I'm exactly what the fuck I am right now. And I knew humans were like that though, because I could tell. I was like, damn, yeah, you guys are right. I'm pretty smart, but I sure can't listen. And I didn't even put a voice to the part that didn't want to listen and knew it, because it was evil. It was like a little animal. It was like, oh, get off me, get off me. I was like, what is that part of me? I mean, I would just break out and cry and just like let the situation just change, and still know I don't want to do it, I'm crying because I cannot. I'm sorry, I just see some shit you don't see. Like I said, like we're just seeing just break out and cry. Yeah, basically you can't you have to force humans to do stuff. Like you have to like beat them and you have to like put chains on them. And like the only other way other than that is to just show them what you're seeing. I mean, if you show them what you're seeing and they like what they see, then they'll do it expeditiously. They'll do it really nice, actually. Do it with a little style on it, actually. Do it better than you. You're going to be so mad, you're going to try to take them out. But you ain't forcing them to do it. Even if you do force somebody to do it, it's always shit anyway. I already know. It's shit. The person's going to do whatever you're forcing them to do half-ass. I was saying this when I was a child. They're going to do it half-ass. They're going to do it spiteful. It might, like, I'm not an evil person, but it might be some shit on whatever they're doing. They may have literally digged in their pants and put some shit on it. And humans is like that. Now, a job's not forcing you to do some shit. You actually went out and got that. You're not being forced. You can get fired or get quit or whatever. Do poorly and fall below. That's not force. Force is like you're just telling somebody to do something. You're not really giving them an out. When a human feels trapped like that, the thing could be trying to help them, but they will do anything in their power to like get out of it. They can't see straight. I mean, they feel trapped. Even if it's like water, a glass of water they could drink and they're thirsty. It's like, no. It's just human nature. And it's literally why, like, I feel like there's an energy in the world, you know? Even if somebody's being forced to do something and they're just sitting there and they're acting like you're beating them and torturing them, that's a lot of energy to be lazy while you're working or doing something. So they just building it, and sometimes they do something crazy. Sometimes they just snap. They're like, all right, everyone. You're like, what the fuck's going on? It's just all that energy or that force you've been pushing on them. Now, luckily, I'm a storyteller. I'm a vocalizer, so I never let it get that far. I think a lot of other people that don't snap probably just get cancer and die. Like something just eats at them. Like it's just like something about stress that just eat at you, or hatred or anger. So no for me. I'm good, man. I'd rather just not carry that stuff. Maybe I'm carrying that stuff though. I don't know. That's kind of what this trip's for. We're probably carrying it. I don't see why we wouldn't have some amount of that, but to the extent I think it makes me enabled to like do actions throughout the day, I don't think it's controlling us that much. I think we can wake up in the morning and do things like that. I don't think it's so severe. It's like leaving us bedridden, you know. I've been bedridden from like a muscle tear. That could have been caused by stress, but that's what I mean. It'll stop you for real. Like it'll come to a point where you can't even talk your way out of it. No therapy. Like it'll just stop you. So, no, thank you. That's scary. That's like being possessed. Like you just all that shit and built up, and then you like reaching for some shit at work, and then you like I can't stand back up straight. Now he's sitting in a doctor's office. She's like, there's nothing really wrong with you. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't walk. I can't walk. Like, probably stressing. I'm like, what? I know it's stress. At that point when I did that, that was like the most stressed I ever been. Like leading up to that moment for a fact. I know. And I probably stopped doing certain shit that made me stressed out after the fact, because I think that's why we got better, because I can make that pain in my back appear. but not to the extent where I can't get out of bed. It might be hard to get out of bed, but then I gotta tell myself to calm the fuck down. And I do think some of it is, in my case, I think a lot of it is mental and just like eating habits and certain things like that, sleeping habits and things like that. But to the extent that we are in our schedule, I don't feel that pain at all. Like I might feel a light pain in my hips, but it feels like something I'm getting over, and it feels like something that's a little more closer to a neglect that I've been doing recently than it was to that actual injury. The injury was like, even afterwards, we weren't taking care of ourselves. We overcame it a little bit by not stressing out. That's where we kind of started our journey to be like, all right, let's get back on the path of not stressing ourselves out to death, because first of all, nobody can see it, and secondly, they'll see it when your ass can't walk anymore. So let's just stop fucking whining. They'll see it when your ass ain't there no more because you can't fucking walk. I mean, I was laying in the bed taking like pain medication. I was like, first of all, I was like, fentanyl. She's like, no, it's the good fentanyl. I was like, I'm too smart for that. I was like, the good fentanyl? You can't say that's the good fentanyl. What's the good fentanyl? What do you mean by this? She's like, oh my God. No, I'm not like this with anybody else. Only myself and like my friends from school. And I don't really think, and people, my friends, but like, I don't really think, I'm even this much of this because everybody got their own life, man. You gotta calm the fuck down eventually. So I don't even be throwing my shit on people because I ain't trying to give them cancer. What the fuck? If I can make it funny, then maybe because they can laugh. But like, I ain't trying to just give people cancer like that with words and shit. Like, that's kind of fucked up. Now this makes it sound like you shouldn't tell people your problems. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm perfectly fine with not doing that. And I probably might not be healthy, but I'm still figuring out shit too. I'm not really a guru. I'm just saying whatever works, what's been working for me has been working for me. And I'm planning on changing that anyway. So don't take anything I say as a prescription. Because we're in the process of renovating anyway. So I might be getting rid of that thing that I just said. But what am I scrolling on these observatories? I can't just find the scene where you're driving up to it. I don't care, I'm going. Alright, we're going to the fucking Keck Observatory. Let's say it correctly. I don't want this channel to be all polished. I like that it's all nasty and dirty. I like it like that. God damn it. This is how it should be. Because the whole reason why we didn't have a channel sooner is because we wanted it to be all clean and polished. And I actually feel like the first time in my life that this might actually be the channel. Because we done made so many. This might actually be the channel. We done already got shit that on here that make us laugh. So it's like, boom. Alright, look. I feel like I've been too raunchy and too dirty with you guys, and I really am on some peaceful, like, kind, polite stuff. And I don't know if all those pleasantries throughout the day is something that I find escape from while I'm here, but I mean, it seems to be the case. So let me kind of bring it a little bit over to another side that I think is more beautiful of me, and hopefully this isn't like, oh, this fucking guy. Hopefully this is like, oh, this is nice. Okay? We're gonna close with the song. Alright, guys, I'm trying to open my heart with you guys, if that's not what I was doing previously. Let's listen to the song together.
I'm trying to fucking get the. Wait, hold on. Fuck, I feel like I fucked this up now. I'm trying to get the fucking lyrics. Now I'm going back being fucking raunchy again. It's like it was really pissing me off. Thank you. Fuck. On the phone it doesn't do this. Like, let's just bring it back, guys. Alright, guys, I'm not saying I'm like Kanye or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I have a lot of music. And I'm using this AI to, like, basically hear the music that's playing in my head for the first time. And it's beautiful. And it's beautiful. Alright? And yes, all of it I'm going to call Christian just because I feel like music should be Christian. Like, I always felt like music was Christian. I thought everyone was Christian just because music existed. And then I found out about, like, metal and stuff, and I was like, not surprised. But I wasn't surprised that there was an opposite to, like, the beautiful music I was hearing, and I wasn't even saying that that music wasn't beautiful because I ended up really liking that music at one point, and I still do. And I really don't think any of it's not beautiful. Thus the reason we've hit every genre pretty much. But we've hit every genre and yet to exist. But the thing is, like, I can hear the music for the first time. It's lovely. I love this technology. I'm working on the most simplest version of this technology, I think. I don't know. It seems pretty complicated to me. But as far as other things that are out there, I'm not really looking to, like, figure out what's the highest, like, level of, like, music generation software. But, like, I am kind of on the precipice as far as, like, AI in general. So there's room to upgrade. But
But with that being said, I've grown a liking to this software specifically, Suno, and it's just more of a therapeutic thing for me at this point because I really don't see myself getting into music at all. Honestly, that's my reason for sharing this with you. I feel like if I was really getting into music like in high school, like I was, I'd be like, no, they can't see it, and you would just never know. So this was made on the spot, and the reason why it's made on the spot is because I can make a song per second. I'm actually the best person to do music. I don't want to do it. I'm like the president that doesn't want to be the president. I can make a song every second. But I remember my father telling me, son, don't get into the music industry. And I said, okay, Dad, I won't. I really wasn't thinking about it then. It's not until like high school, like SoundCloud rap became like cool, and I was like, well, this seems lucrative. If I don't die or go to jail. Everybody else seems to like, hey guys, I'm a rapper. Like, it was cool, but like when I started taking it too seriously, it stopped being fun, and then I really wasn't going anywhere with it, and then yeah, it was more fun at the point where I said, hey guys, I'm a rapper. Because I was still like funny with it, and in my opinion, the best music was coming out at that time because it was more free. And then maybe some of the more like what could have actually blown up started coming out when I got more serious, but at that point I was terrified of the industry as a whole. And after X, that was around that time. So I was like, no, and I promised my dad I wouldn't. So literally, if I die, it's my fault. So that's why we stopped. And then so now we're back with AI, but I'm just saying, look, it's Christian music, because this is how I always looked at music anyway. My dad doesn't know my relationship with music, my personal relationship with music, because he just always had music playing. So my personal relationship is that the heavens made music and we just played it in the house because it was just all beautiful. So I was like, oh, this is all about God. Get a little older, it's about women. I'm like, okay, women are cool too. I understand it, I get it. But I still feel like it's for God. It sounds really beautiful. So maybe it's for both. I'm at that point now. But so I'm really, when I'm making music now, it's coming from that part and not like the high school part that's like, this is lucrative. Trump said, this was at the time, I remember this. They said, what's the most lucrative business, or what's like the most like growing industry? And he said music, and in my brain I was like, oh my god, because I was already like being just sucked up by it. Literally, it had to possess me. All the music possessed me. And when he said that, that's when the music had me. And it was that new stuff that was coming out per second. It was coming out per second. It was growing. I mean, I had to have the mixtape per month. If the mixtape didn't come out per month, I was mad. I was like, what the fuck, he's not working? Like, I thought I was the motherfucker that was like, he's not, no. Anyway, I love all that stuff. I listen to it. I go back and look at it. I don't listen to it as religiously as I did in the past, but I do enjoy it. I like that it exists and all of it exists because it's all part of the story. And some of the like fire shit, I wouldn't even use that word if it wasn't for that whole time period, because that was a word I used constantly. It's fire. That's fire. That's fire. There must have been a lot of good things happening because fire is a good thing. Must have been a lot of crazy stuff happening. I would get excited about music like it was like a game or something, like a new game that came out. And it wasn't even like an era where like people like did dance moves or anything to music. We were just like doing whatever, like driving really, but it's not like we were like breakdancing to it or anything. The most we would do is just freestyle, because I guess all these different beats and all these different sounds and vocalizations were exciting to just like try out and see if you can make different ones or mimic ones that you've heard. So that was fun. We freestyle and we act like we doing it for the first time. and that would make it fire. Like that would make it fire because we would think we the ones doing this for the first time. I mean, we knew we weren't, but like it was the first time like how we were doing it, so it was fire. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like it. But we got to see the groups pop up, so it was fire. Obviously, they're all rich now, so that was fun. But this is Christian music, and this is what qualifies Christian music. Play it to that little boy, and what does he say? You know what I'm saying? Is he like, yes, this is God music. That's why I don't even want to say God or anything in the music, because I want to get him. I just want to see what he says. This is me personally. I don't know what other Christian music is, but this is me personally. And I've heard other Christian music sound similar, and I wonder if other people had that experience where they're like, yeah, this song that wasn't about God felt like it was about God or higher power or everyone. You know, it doesn't have to just be God. It could be a song where everyone is in it. You can have an imagination. You can say whatever. But just that feeling. We have to name these things. We at least have to have a name for these things. If you don't want to believe God's word, let's have a name for that at least. So I can say what I'm blabbing about when I'm like, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like I'm trying to say something. Please give me the word. So we threw Christ in there just because we was too overcome with emotions. We was like, we just started screaming it out. They like, say his name. I was like, hey, Christ. So that's why he's in the song. But but honestly, it could have been something else. And then when we hit Prize the second time, I was like, oh, it sounded like I said Christ twice. Now I'm fucking shoving it down your throat. And I heard somebody say call Jesus something recently, and that sound fire. That might have to be the new name. They said King Jesus. For some reason, that sound fire as hell. He said King Jesus. He called Jesus King Jesus. I was like, whoa. Like, why we gonna call him that? That sound fire. You gotta have some respect for that. It sound like how they describe the flaming crowns. I might be biased because I already know the story, but it sound like the flaming crowns is flaming when you say it like that. It sound like he got fire in his eyes. Like he sound kind of like, you know, that kind of sound big. Like he ripped a little bit. So that's what you probably call him. It's a little more respectful. That's what we probably should call him. Because even Christ don't hit like that. I heard King Jesus today. That's what happened today. So I might have to change that to King Jesus, but that might be too powerful. We might have to turn this to a rap song. Isn't it King Jesus? Nah, I don't know. Because Christ rhymed with prize. That's why I said it. But Christ can mean whatever you want. That's why I said it like that. And you don't even know what it is anyway, so I'm asking the question. You can't answer it. These songs be deep and philosophical, okay? You can't fucking answer the question anyway. The song can exist forever. I try to make a song that can exist forever too, because I feel that I as smart as I like to say I am, I feel that I'm dumb. So if I can make it foolproof or a little more intelligent, it like makes me feel better. So the fact you can't unlock this song and unravel it and be like, yep, it's over, it sucks, kind of makes me feel better. You can't just unravel it in 2 seconds. You have to sit there and really think. You know, and you still can't, because you can't, I made it, you can't answer the question. So, because it's just higher, like Christian music would just be a higher sound, which was mostly what music sounds like. So then I just focus on the lyrics. I just focus on the words, like the way they would sound. And then I have to, the music's constantly playing in my head, but I have to
I do have to write it down because I have to make sense of it before I can write it down. It just won't be anything. I didn't try. So I didn't try to get it, like the words. So, but you could do it in your head. I could do it in my head, but I remember one time I was trying to do it. I was in a really deep state where I could do it. But it is delicate, you know? I was doing it and I just did something else, and time went by and it was gone. And this is a song that don't exist, and I don't think it ever will again. But it was really clever. See, that's how I know it's a song, because it's clever. Like, I was like, what are you doing over there? And then I'll try to make sense of it so I could put it into words and how is it going to sound. And then, and this one was like a behemoth. Sometimes they're bigger and more special than each other. This one was huge, but I could handle it. Like, literally, I had the strings on it. Like, I had it tied down. And I was like, but you're not doing this with, like, effort of, like, physical. You're doing this with, like, like a plane. Like, you're doing this in a different space. So it's like, I might be describing this as hard and brutal, like it's strapped down, but it's really just a mist floating in front of me. And if I could put it together and bring it into reality, it will be that big. But right now, it's just a little mist. So I can get as excited because I'm thinking about pulling it into reality. And that's what also can push it away. Because that little mist. But I was sitting there looking at that mist in front of me. I was like, I put you together, motherfucker. It probably, and sometimes it don't even be just a song or something. It might be something else. It might be a whole fucking cure for cancer. But you're just sitting there, you're looking at it, and you're like, damn, I got this one. Like, you're like, I got this one. And I was sitting there, and I could have pulled out my phone and started getting ready to write it down, like, by piece. You got to be careful because you're working in the physical, and then you're also working in the spiritual, so you might lose some shit while you're going back and forth. But that's more manageable than trying to do it without trying to get some of it written down, because you could always come back to it. After you got a fraction of it, you can call on it back. It might even come back different or something else, but you still know that it's a clever one. So I'm sitting right there. I'm working on this mug, straight ethereal, no pen, no pad. The lights is off in the room, no electricity. I'm doing it with no electricity. I'm sitting there like, yeah, we about to pull this bit. And as soon as we pull it in, I was gonna hear it because I was gonna immediately write it down. Because my mind was like, let me see what it is and then write it down. Like, let me really, because I can work on it more if I'm not being distracted by writing it down too. I can change it a little bit. I can go get pieces from other things. Like, there's more you can do if you're just on it. And sometimes it's just spiritual to find it out and know that you're not going to pull it into reality. It's a little more tame to you. Like, if you promise it, you won't. Like, no, I won't pull you into reality. Not that it wouldn't want to be, I guess, but there's a lot of pressure taken off. So that's fun too. I think of that more like praying, though. I think that's more like praying or like thinking to yourself or something like that. That's, maybe it could be sending it to somebody else or something, or sending it away, or making it a part of yourself instead of in the reality. Because I imagine if you don't consider yourself an artist, you're doing this anyway, to a certain extent. We're going to have to figure out what the fuck we're doing in our heads 24/7, because, and we're going to have to figure it out to a method where you're going to be able to, like, tell it to a baby and make a baby smarter faster or something. Because, like, it's a shame we don't know what the fuck we're doing in there, because it seems really magical. And I could be depressed all day until I hear somebody else saying some shit like this. And then I'm like, wait, I'm not crazy? And I start sitting up a little bit, and I'm like, that's not how I see it. And then I'll be like, well, that's crazy. It could be so different. and then overlapping things and certain things, and so, and then different races, which just makes it even more interesting. Because at one point, it was believed a person like me would be incapable of having that much fun in their mind in a way that would make sense. But he's just thinking about bananas. He's just thinking about bananas. Alright, anyway, the hyperclobily of the metaphor. But, Neil deGrasse is a real inspiration because... Wait, let me not destroy everything I just said. Because I feel like I'm about to, like, say something fucked up. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. And honestly, like, it's funny because I hear people talk about Neil deGrasse Tyson like, whatever, Neil. And they be sounding like that, like they know him, like they hang out and he's always telling them facts. And that's literally my relationship with Neil as well. Like, I even call him just Neil, and I can't even spell it. Like, I just call him Neil, and then, I'm like, whatever. I forgot what I said. I think I forgot what I said because I heard somebody else say it, and, like, my soul was at peace, and it didn't need to say that anymore. But it used to be like, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, all right, what is it this time, Neil? Or something like that. But I used to always say as a kid, but Neil doesn't even remind me that much of like my high school or like, he reminds me of like PBS. Like Neil goes back like Bill and I. Is that his name? Yeah. Neil goes back to those days. PBS. I was a PBS kid. PBS. My dad was like, put that on so you be smarter. He said, they don't need to be watching all that fucking That's So Raven and fucking SpongeBob and shit. That shit crazy as hell. He's like, put on that PBS. And then I would forget all the cuss words I ever heard in my life. I was like, I'm a PBS kid. I'm a PBS. I love some people, but I ain't necessarily like the cartoon shit because that would hurt my head. Because I'm like, stop forcing this fucking shit on me. Like, I felt like they was forcing like how Christians be forcing Christianity. They was forcing math and shit on me. So it would just make my head hurt, and I would just watch it till the good shit came on. So I would just be sitting there in a coma with my head throbbing, in pain, just in pain. And the only thing that could relieve the pain, that's why PBS hit harder, because what would relieve the pain is like some adult shit. I was like, oh, adults ain't trying to push shit on you 24/7. And that's actually the time they weren't. And it was older too, so they really weren't. And I was like, you could tell it was like, no, it was the time period, I guess. It was like 2000s, early 2000s. And I was just chilling. He's like, in this building, you know, they were just doing shit. I was like, alright, we can go somewhere. And then I like the shows where they went somewhere. You could go somewhere and teach me one fact. But don't be trying to take me somewhere and be like, and this is, and this. No. One fact. And I'm still going to forget it. Maybe. Depends. I'll remember it because we went somewhere. But if you was throwing too many in there, I'm like, alright. You can sneak them in. If you sneak them in, I might sneak them in when I'm explaining it. They're like, damn, you're smart. I'm like, well, yeah, well, they went somewhere. And I remember it still. Ask me 2 years from now. I won't remember. So, yeah, you kind of have a different relationship with knowledge if you know you're not going to remember the shit. You'd be like, I'm going to use this to replace what I'm going to forget tomorrow. We're going to replace this shit every day. Oh, I didn't talk to nobody today. I guess I'm going to keep this all week.
Damn, I kept it all week. Oh, I told somebody and it made me forget. I don't remember it no more. Oh, they reminded me. It's fun. It's fun. Now I know another piece of it. They're trying to leave and I'm explaining them the details of it. They're trying to leave. They are trying to go. I just have this last fact. This last factoid. Alright, is that long enough? Let me see how long this video is. Alright. We went over. But I think that's because we got our steak. This video was pretty juicy. I burnt calories in it. So bye. See you later. Wait, what's the thumbnail? Fuck. I don't even remember what we talked about. That's the title. Memory or some shit. I don't know. It's memory. Bad memory, forgetful something.